Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living with Dementia. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. Some of our programs are recorded and some are made available for viewing through our YouTube channel for future use. I am Martha Brown, your host for today's activities. Today, we are looking at Flashback. This is one of my most favorite things to do, and I hope you all enjoy it as well as I do. Let's get going. Anybody know who this is?
Nancy and Sluggo.
Nancy and Sluggo, okay.
I
Yeah.
didn't think of the
The
name.
ice cream is still in the cone.
Yeah, exactly.
It is. This was when I was a small child, and I'm amazed that anybody else knows what this is.
And the Sunday papers.
The Sunday
Yes.
papers. Yeah, I remember seeing the Sunday papers.
Uh-huh. There was Sluggo and Rollo, R-O-L-L-O. He was the rich kid.
Who? What was the name?
Rollo, R-O-L-L-O, like rolling in money.
I don't remember him.
And Sluggo, who was the bully. And then there was Little Dot, and I think I have a picture of Little Dot somewhere else.
I have to look that up.
That'll be fun. What other cartoons do y'all remember from your youth that are not on the newspapers anymore?
Transylvania.
Transylvania. Tell me about that one, Dusty.
No, Prince Valiant.
Chris Valiant, yes.
Martha
Yes.
needs hearing aids.
I always liked that one.
Never even heard of it.
What was he a warrior? What did Prince Valiant do?
Yeah, he was a warrior, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a knight. He was a knight in shining armor.
Okay. So he was probably always saving people.
I
Yeah.
couldn't remember.
Oh my goodness. Prince Valiant. Who else do you remember?
He had a girl's haircut, what they call
Yes,
a
he
bob.
did.
A page boy?
A Bob.
Page boy. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And then in the 60s, no, wait, the late 50s, page boys were popular where I lived. But I got whatever my mother gave me.
I remember, I can't pull his name out now. The caveman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ah, yes. Oh, together we can think of it.
Which okay,
The caveman.
yeah.
And maybe he was just a caveman.
Flying through the window, tearing limbs off of trees. Alley-oop.
Alley-oop, yes.
Yeah.
Alley-oop, that's
Yeah,
right.
they had. I forgot about the song.
Oh,
Alley-oop, oop.
Yep, that's right.
boop, boop. That's the only way for me to get it. And he had a stick that had spikes in it, didn't it?
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of one that, see, I'm as far back as I can think, it's probably Garfield's not there anymore, not here
Oh,
anymore.
I loved Garfield.
Oh, and
What
this
was
is
it?
not, this is when I was later on in my life, but Dilbert. I like Dilbert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like Gilbert. Yeah.
yes. Oh, I love Dilbert. And somebody along the same time as Dilbert was Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin
Yeah.
and Hobbes, yeah, yes,
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes, yeah.
And Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy, yep,
Oh,
I remember that.
I
We now
was-
have Dick Tracy watches.
I did not get one.
wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, when the town that I lived in when I was really young was Decatur, Illinois, and they had like on Sundays, like had a 4-page color comic section, and
Lord.
yeah, and it was they had all sorts of things in there. Dagwood is in there.
Dagwood and Blondie.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Uh-huh.
I remember Dagwood and Blondie.
I do.
and a
Mr. Dither.
man-sized sandwich. Matter of fact, that
Popeye.
brings up a memory.
Popeye.
Popeye.
That brings up a memory from my past. We had a dog that ate so much, my mama named him Dagwood.
Dagwood.
We used to kid about making a Dagwood sandwich when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, we never did it, but we used to kid about it.
Well, I mean, it was like 5 foot tall or 3 foot tall, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yes. I thought if I had 2 pieces of meat on something
Yeah.
and a piece of cheese that it was a Dagwood. I grew up without a whole lot.
So Meyer brought up one that she remembered, Popeye,
Popeye and Olive.
and Olive, and Bruno.
Bruno.
Yes, yes. Did y'all ever see
Olive
the
oil.
movie? The movie, Popeye the movie? It had Robin Williams in it.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah. He's large.
I can't remember if I saw that or not. I remember seeing the ads for it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the Flintstones.
The Flintstones.
The
Yeah.
Flintstones.
Oh, good, good.
And you remember the Flintstones used to advertise camels, Barney and
Yeah.
Fred to be puffing on their camels.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
They did, didn't they? Well, speaking of which, have y'all noticed in the newspaper, I have seen recently that M&Ms have stopped using spokes candies.
Oh, I know. It's the dumbest reason you ever
Isn't
heard
that
of.
crazy? I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
they're sweet.
I just think that people are too gender
Sensitive.
gender
Sensitive.
sensitive. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't like that one of the lady Popeyes wore like boots.
M&Ms, Lady M&Ms.
That's
Uh-huh.
right. Lady M&Ms. That's right.
Lady Popeyes.
Lady Popeye. No.
That's a whole different.
That's a different problem. Yeah.
That'll
They're
choke
like
you.
go-go boots. They're like go-go boots.
Yes. And I think the brown one had on stilettos and somebody
Yes.
didn't like it.
And they say they changed the color of instead of being the same color as the candy that they were, they made them like light flesh tones for the limbs or something like that.
Oh, that's just not as fun.
No.
Well, I'm sorry they've done away with the spokes.
Well, hopefully they'll fix that and they'll bring them back, because as much as I like the lady that they picked to do this again, I don't remember what her name is.
I can see her, but I don't know what her name is.
She's
But
not
maybe-
someone I recognize.
That made me think of another comic with Sad Sack.
Sad
Oh,
Sack.
my
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Sad sack. Was he a homeless guy, a bum?
He was in the army, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the
Oh.
army. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Kind of like Klinger, only he didn't dress up funny. He wanted
No,
to
he did not.
Oh, you guys are something else. Let's roll another picture and see what we
We're
can
old,
see.
that's what we are.
We are. Can you see that?
Loafers.
Penny
Penny
loafers,
loafers.
Yep.
Do they have real pennies in there?
looks like.
Mine did.
Mine did too. Yeah. If someone handed me a pair of penny loafers today, would I wear them?
Sure.
I
Sure.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could go back in our childhood. That's one of the pairs of shoes that I used to put cardboard in the bottom so that my feet wouldn't get wet in the winter.
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't want mom to have to go buy another pair of shoes. And I really, really loved my penny loafers. That's taking it to desperation, isn't it?
That is.
It is. 8th grade. Now, why I remember that, I'll never know. So we've all had penny loafers, huh?
Yep. I have.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mine were never shiny like that. Mine were kind of scruffy all the time.
Thank you for bringing that up. I thought mine were brown leather, but not shiny.
Yeah, I think that's what mine
Mine
were too.
were brown.
Or maybe they called it burgundy or brogan.
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember that color.
Burgundy, kind of like the color of this top thing where it says penny
Yeah.
loaf.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Ooh, that takes me back. And if somebody was really hoity-toity, they put dimes in their shoes.
Wow, they must be rich. They must be rich.
They must be rich. Yeah. Who has a favorite pair of shoes from childhood? Y'all remember any favorite pairs of shoes you ever had?
I had Puma sneakers when I was like a teenager. They
Mhm.
were cool. They were really cool. I thought they were cool. Nope,
They were blue.
they were blue. Yeah,
Mhm.
Myers told me them.
All
But-
right.
But Nike was the thing that basically won out on that. Puma pretty much went away.
Was Nike just about the first one, or was it Adidas?
Adidas,
I
I
think
think
it
was
was
the
Adidas.
first one. Is
Yeah,
Adidas still around?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Oh,
Adidas.
yeah.
Okay.
Adidas. Yeah, that had 3 stripes down the side. Adidas.
Yes.
I don't have a picture of Adidas. Maybe I'll have to dig one up. Dusty, what was your favorite pair of shoes ever?
I didn't have a favorite pair of shoes. Mama made me wear shoes, but I always wanted to wear my boots.
Yeah.
Tell us about your boots. That's important.
Oh Lord, I can't. They were mostly just plain black with black top, black bottom with just stitching in the top.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, like ropers?
Were they
No, I'm
cowboy
talking about
boots?
the boot.
Work
Oh,
boots?
Yeah.
okay.
Were they work boots or cowboy boots or?
Well, I always wore cowboy boots for dress,
Uh-huh.
but then I was working in the bakery. I wore lace-up boots.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I can see what you're talking about.
Well, you have to be comfortable standing your feet all day.
Yeah.
So those must have been really important shoes for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Myra,
Footwear anyway.
what was that, Dust?
Footwear anyway.
Yes, got to have
I think-
something on.
Myra, I think I saw Myra in a pair of glass slippers once.
Oh, yeah, right.
What a sweet thing for Prince Charming to say.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. And I bet you chased her down the cobblestone street just before midnight.
No, she was chasing me.
She was
Bring
trying
me
to get
back
her.
the shoe.
Yeah, get that shoe back. Oh my goodness. My favorite pair of shoes were some that my parents had to rig. I had allergies when I was a kid, and for some strange reason, my toes would break out.
Yeah, I wore them more than I did dress.
Yes, you did. Uh-huh. Did anybody ever shine up their shoes before they went to a special occasion?
Oh yeah.
You know, I did not until I moved to Hoisden,
Uh-huh.
and Myra's dad was always shining his shoes. And
He was a little fanatical about that.
yeah, he was very fanatical about it.
Ooh.
But at some point then I think that I got a shoe shine thing, and I started doing my shoes and I made a mess. I mean, I got shoe polish everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but I tried to keep them polished.
Yeah.
I
Myra,
guess
did
my
that
mother
impress
was-
you? I'm sorry, Dusty, go ahead.
I guess my mother was semi-radical. She wanted you to keep your shoes polished.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I still,
I bet your cowboy boots were shiny.
Yep.
Doug, Don?
I still have that shoe shine.
We have
kit.
my dad's shoe shine
Yeah.
box and
Yeah.
kit. Yeah.
Oh, how precious. is that?
Electric thing. Yeah.
Well, and we've got the regular brush.
Yeah,
thing,
we
too.
do. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Did the regular thing have a handle? So you could put your shoes under it and then hold the handle and stand up?
Yes, yes.
Mhm. A red side and a blue side? A red side and a black side? They had battery powered rollers.
I don't recall that.
No, I don't recall that at all.
Me
Okay.
either.
I've seen them, but I never had one. My dad never had one. Well, so much about shoes. We could go on forever, couldn't we?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, here we go. Next thing. Oh, we've
The
seen
Waltons.
we've seen these people before, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. What do y'all remember about the Waltons?
I remember I didn't like them.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they weren't Star Trek. They weren't Star Trek. So,
They
Was
lived
it-
on Walton's Pond.
yep.
Oh, they did. Yes. And two little old ladies in town that made the
Yeah.
recipe.
With their recipe, yeah.
I didn't
I
know.
know we didn't watch him. I never watched, just wasn't, I don't know, our cup of tea, my cup of tea or something.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
the only thing I remember about is good night, John boy.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Oh, yes. When everybody would say goodnight to everybody.
Yep.
That was heartwarming, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember feeling really old. That I thought the parents were really old when I was watching the show. And now they look so young. They look like babies now.
Look
They
like
do,
babies.
Yeah, she does for sure. But oh gosh, Mama. Ooh. I must have been in my teens when that was popular, maybe my 20s.
Another show I didn't really get into was Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. I'll agree with you there. I didn't have time to watch it.
I like the concept. I watched a few of them, but I just had other things to do besides what I was watching other things.
Yes, this was back in the day when you had to make a choice because you couldn't
Yep.
record anything.
That's right.
Yeah, back when the people used to call you up and say, "What are you watching?"
Yeah. Oh, the Nielsen ratings.
Nielsen ratings. Thank you. Yeah, it was, and my family always had certain nights and certain times that we would all gather around and watch something together.
But you only had three choices.
Exactly. And
Or if you lived in a city, because you usually had UHF and VHF, and the VHF channels were not, they were like local radio, local TV stations. They were, the UHF channels was 1 through 13, and VHF started at 21 or 21, yeah.
yeah. I don't even, that is so long ago. You are really tickling my memory cells when you do that. And I don't know that I ever knew what the difference was in the two designations.
You know what? I just remember they needed 2 different antennas.
Oh, okay. So some people had an antenna on the roof and rabbit ears.
Some people have that. You can get a UHF channel you can put on, antenna you put on your roof too.
Mhm.
Finally they started combining them. But with those antennas, you had to be able to point them in the right direction.
Mhm.
We get the best TV. But my great aunt had one that she had a little motor on the pole that would turn it
Whoa.
to help her get the best picture.
Yeah, I remember some people having them.
That was
It's-
fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't have one of y'all going up on the roof like we did at our house. We were
We
talking.
didn't go on the roof. Ours was in the side of the house, and it wasn't solid in the ground, and we just turned it with our hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go Dusty. Yeah. Well, that's the better way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did anybody ever have to crawl on their roof? Dusty didn't. Did you, Don and Myra?
Oh, I was too young to do
No.
that. By the time we grew up to be big enough to do something, the antennas were very, very well designed, and I never had to go up on the roof to help with anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's good.
And then
the
there was
la-
cable. Then cable came along.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. When do y'all recall when cable started? Was it?
I
When you
think
go by
we
it-
were in high school. I think, Myra.
No, I don't remember that, but seemed to me like you had better choices on the 3 channels than you do on the 112 channels.
I think
Yes.
you're
Or
right.
in the thousands
Yes.
of channels that you got like a spectrum or something.
Exactly. That's when they started putting anything on just to cover themselves so that they'd have something to show. Oh my goodness. You were in high school in the 70s, Don and Myra?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was when I bought, you rented your cable box. And I always hated the thought of having to pay somebody.
I know. It's like the phone company. You had to rent your phone. That's the same. That's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Who knew that we were all going to grow up to be talking to each other like the Jetsons?
Right.
Right.
Over airwaves.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my flying car.
Oh, you still don't have your flying car?
Nope.
I don't understand that.
I know.
Oh, Alf. Now I did love Alf.
I did too, Myra.
He just cracked me up.
Yeah, I like that.
Dusty, it's getting a smile out of you.
Yeah.
What sorts of things did you like about Alf? Was he mischievous?
Well, he was kind of snarky.
I don't know what got me, but he kind of pretty well controlled the house.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And there was a fellow that wore a skinny guy that wore glasses that was the father,
Yeah.
and a couple of kids.
Yeah, I remember there was there was a daughter and then a boy younger, right?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
And they had to
I
hide
would-
him from everybody. Did they have
I
to
would-
hide him from everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't let anybody see him. And
Good.
I remember he was always looking through the shutters from the one room into the kitchen.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Back when you'd have those foldy things that go from one room to another. And now we just leave it all open if you have an open plan.
I just figured out. I looked up when cable was introduced.
Uh-huh.
So it was limited introduced. The big companies like Westinghouse and some other things like that introduced it in 1962. In 1962,
Mhm.
and for about 850,000 people, which is like a really tiny population
Yeah,
in
that's
the United
nothing.
States even then.
Mhm.
And then it was in the 70s that they started to put it in homes.
So the
Thanks.
70s, we were right.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember hating to go down to the place where you'd have to get your box, and stuff would go wrong with it and you'd have to stand in line.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I was a few years older than y'all, so I had a little more independence and had to do it myself. I wasn't living at home, and that was frustrating to me.
Yeah. Well, it's still frustrating. You have to go take your cable box down to get it fixed. At Spectrum, it used to be Charter, but it's Spectrum. But Charter used to have small places where they did it, and you had long lines.
Mhm.
These days, you can walk into a Charter or a Spectrum place, and just you'll have service, within minutes.
Yeah, they're pretty quick.
Good.
And they're pretty quick to sell you something else too.
That's right.
I bet they are. Yes.
Well, since you're out here, why don't you add this to yourself and this and this and this?
Oh no.
Between YouTube and Prime and all the other stuff, I don't subscribe to cable. I just don't see any point in it.
No,
Mhm.
that's probably right. The only reason that I like cables are some sporting events that you don't see anywhere else,
Mhm.
and a few other shows that like the Home and Garden Channel,
Yeah.
and some other ones.
Hallmark.
What's that?
Hallmark.
Oh, the Hallmark channels. Yeah,
Ooh,
we love the
yeah.
Hallmark channel.
Yeah. My brother and his wife loved Hallmark. They'd start watching those Christmas movies in August and September
Yeah, yeah.
and watch every single one of them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it nice that you can tailor your taste to whatever you want to watch on TV?
That's right.
And if you want to, I had like a $300 a month cable bill, and I was afraid to cut it off. I thought I would be so miserable, and I'm happy not having it. It's
We recently went in and complained about our cable system, and we were trying to trade it out, get some different equipment,
uh-huh.
and they ended up we had a $300 bill a month.
Yeah.
And what did they cut it down to for us? $189 a month.
Ooh, great. Well, you had some skills in negotiation, didn't you?
You just send there and
You just keep standing there going,
you ask
I'm
them a
not gonna pay
question.
this.
We ask them a question and tell them what we want, and you stand there.
You just keep standing there. That's my negotiation.
And so the manager had to go call somebody to okay, give us the deal, which is, I'm not sure that they would say no.
Yeah.
Because we've been a customer for them ever since
That's like
the
the car salesman used to go talk to the manager.
Yeah.
That's right. That's exactly right. They
Yeah.
still do that, don't they?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I haven't bought a
Oh,
car
I
for
don't-
11 years or so, but
Yeah, me too. I haven't bought a car since I've been in Texas.
And how long has that been, Dusty?
2001, 2002.
wow.
Wow. Now that's impressive.
Well, I take that back. I'm sorry, I lied.
No.
I did. I actually bought two, but I bought a van, but I didn't have it, but just a very short time because I thought it used too much gas, and I bought this Ranchero, and come to find out it used the same amount of gas as the van, so I didn't help myself any.
So you still have the Ranchero?
Yeah, I still have the Ran.
That's
No, not
great.
I lied. I lied again. Not Ranchero. Ford. What do they call it? The 2004 Ranger.
Ranger. Oh yeah, I had a Ford Ranger at one time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2000. Mine was 2004
Okay. Well, still.
or
And that-
2002.
So
I
you
can't
have
remember.
18 years since you bought a car.
Yeah,
Dusty, that's wonderful. Mine's
that's
10,
it, bro.
11 years old. I can't begin to beat what you've got. But 11 is what works for me. And I'm hoping that I can keep it till I don't need a car anymore.
Yeah, that's me because I drive very little now.
Me too. I didn't realize you could get good insurance for not driving very far. Did you know you can do that?
Yeah.
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 Good. Okay. Nothing you need to know then. My insurance went up the year I turned 70. I was in a new classification. And I called him up and I said, kind of like you, Myra, I stood there on the telephone until they helped me.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, we can do something. We can do something. And it depends on how many miles you drive and how often you use your car. And that was during COVID and I wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's,
State Farm has got a thing I put in my glove box,
uh-huh.
and it's well, I don't know about that. I started saying how many. It may not tell you how many miles you drive, but it tells you how safe you drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have improved my driving since I got one of those little plugs, Dusty. I totally understand.
Well, no, this is not a plug. This is just a thing you throw in the glove box.
Wow,
The
that's
plug,
even
they used to
fancier.
have a plug that went underneath the dash there.
Mm-hmm.
I never did have one of those.
We've never had one of those at all. Myra's a very safe driver, so I don't think we need one.
That's
Except when
awesome.
she's not.
And we're not going to talk about that.
We're
Are we?
not- but we're not
I
gonna
was
talk
a
about-
little over- See, I think the speed limit signs are guesstimate signs.
the guidelines.
Yeah,
They're just guidelines.
Yeah, suggestions. You got it. Guidelines. On a good day, Myra, this is what you could do if you chose.
Right.
Yeah, I get you. What do you think of this suit?
Is that Mr. Smith goes to Washington?
I believe it is.
You know what? It looks like it probably
Yeah,
is.
that looks like Jimmy Stewart.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, I took this picture off my television
And look how wide that lapel is.
Uh-huh.
Double-breasted, wide lapel.
Mm.
I-
Fancy.
Fancy tie too.
And he was using Brill cream at the same time, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember using Brill cream, absolutely.
A little dabble do you?
Yep.
Oh,
that's
it
right.
will? I was watching Back to the Future the other day on TV. And at one point early in the program, the son leans over to kiss the dad goodbye for the day. And he says, "Ooh, you need to change that oil." Back
Yeah.
in the 40s. What time period of clothing do y'all like the best? Either one you've worn or one that you admire.
I don't know. I don't even know for sure. If I had to guess, I'd guess that's 40s.
It is the 40s, yes. Uh-huh.
I don't remember a period where I was fashionable. So I liked what I liked is things you can wear and they're durable, I guess. That's why I say durable.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I was in the seventh grade, the junior high we were at, junior high, so maybe it was high school, maybe it was high school,
Mm-hmm.
and we could go to leave the campus to go to a hamburger spot to get your lunch,
Oh, yeah.
and I was so thin and light that I go run around the corner and a wind gust come by and blow me over and rip my jeans every time. I did it 2 or 3 times.
Ripped your
mother-
jeans?
Yeah,
Yes.
always ripped the knees out of my
Ripped
jeans.
these out of his jeans.
My mother just got tired of putting patches on me, on my jeans. They put a lot of patches on my jeans.
Mm-hmm. Back before patches were popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
Mhm.
right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. To be seen with a patch was just something different than it is today.
Yeah, I didn't care.
If I'd wore jeans to school like some of these kids nowadays, my mother, we had to went to her funeral because she would have died from embarrassment.
Yes. Yes. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember starching blue jeans and putting them on
Yeah,
stretchers.
yeah.
No,
Stretchers. I'm going to have to find some blue jean stretchers.
They
No,
they still sell them. I looked at, well, it's been several years now. I started saying, I looked not too long ago, but it's probably been 10 or 12 years. I looked for them, and you could still get them. They were $29.99 a pair.
huh.
Wow. That's impressive.
But I don't know how much that'd be now. That was, like I said, at least 10 years ago.
At least. Oh, yeah. Probably 2 or 3 times that now. They were little pieces of wire,
They sure made a crease in your jeans.
the outline of a leg. And
Huh.
if you got good ones, you could stretch them so that daddy size could fit and you could make them go in for kitty size.
Huh.
And
Yeah.
you could shorten them. So you could have all different size of legs.
Really? Never heard of that.
And she'd stick those things down in the legs of the jeans and she'd put starch on them first. Wash
And
them,
then
starch
they
them.
made real good creases down the front of you.
Really good creases. That's right, Dusty. I bet you loved having creases on your jeans, didn't you?
I'm sure I did. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't even remember my dad ever wearing jeans until he was probably
Retired, wasn't he?
retired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cotton or wool or linen were pants back then. Yeah.
And, or those jumpsuit things.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. For
Yes.
doing yard work.
Yes.
The ones that are, I call them coveralls.
Yeah.
Yes, coveralls, yeah.
You're right.
Exactly.
That's
all
I
the way
love coveralls, yeah.
They
Mhm.
cover your whole skin.
Yeah.
We had when I worked for Tom Thumb, that was when I first come out here. There was about 6 guys that came in there every morning at 6 o'clock for coffee, and they all wore those coveralls.
I
Mm-mm.
like coveralls because they had lots of pockets in them.
An engineer would love pockets, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Hey, and I thought I just remembered one of my favorite. I bought a suit when we moved to Kansas.
Uh-huh.
My parents went to a store. I think we went to Sheplers or something.
Ooh.
We're buying suits,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted me to buy a suit, and I picked one out.
Oh.
And they didn't like it, but I said, "This is what I want." What do you call it? A leisure suit? It was kind of
Yes.
bright,
Yes.
bright green.
It was green Nehru.
Nehru. Yeah,
Nehru. Oh,
Nehru.
Nehru. Oh, you were styling.
I was. And it had a really obnoxious nylon shirt,
Polyester.
polyester. Yeah.
Polyester shirt to go
Yeah.
with it.
So I was happy.
You remember when you dressed up to go out, you had a white sports coat?
Mhm.
No, I don't remember that. But I couldn't wear anything white. That's too dangerous.
No, you could not. You still
No.
could not.
I still can't. No.
No, Dusty, I remember it being in a song, and I remember seeing it on television, but I don't know that my brother ever had one, and he was the only young man in the family. Did you have a white sport coat, Dusty?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would love to see pictures of that. Well, if you ever go
I'll have
through
to
the
look and
album.
see. I don't know if I even have one of that, but I'll look and see.
Okay.
Okay.
You just
be
never
nice.
know. It would, wouldn't it? Look at us. We've gone way past 11:15. We'll
My
have
goodness.
we'll have to stop here at double-breasted suits of
Okay.
the
At double-breasted Jimmy Stewart.
yes.
We haven't taken up anybody else's time, though.
We have not, no. And we're going to start the next time right after Jimmy Stewart. That's so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is
It's
fun.
fun. Yeah.
It is. And I don't know if I have Monday set up or not. Let's
Well,
take,
it's Nia,
It'll
right?
be Nia.
it should be. Yes, Nia the 30th. And hopefully Emily will be able to move a little bit.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. And then Tuesday is bingo and Wednesday is replay artful moments. I'm hoping I'm going to preview what we're going to look at for artful moments next week, so we don't get any of that bad noise.
Okay, that's fine.
That was awful. I will apologize for that for a long time.
Well,
Do we-
it
do we know
wasn't
when-
terrible.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That one, the others haven't been quite that bad.
No.
Good. Okay. Well, I'll take that as a compliment and say thank you. Dusty, you look like you wanted to say something.
I said, do we know when Peggy's coming back?
March.
Yeah, they said 12 weeks of maternity leave. So
Oh, yeah, I remember her
Back.
saying March. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
end
that
of
March.
oh my goodness. Well, anybody have anything they want to share? We've been sharing the whole time, but isn't
Yeah, we
it
have.
fun?
We have been sharing.
Well, we need to, gonna have bad weather middle of the week, so have fun this weekend.
Oh, thank you. I probably need to do grocery shopping. I appreciate
Yeah.
the tip.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Okay.
rain and snowy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Woo, bundle up. Well, they said we'd have one more cold snap before spring, so maybe that'll be it.
No, there'll be more cool snaps. No,
Yeah.
Oh.
We usually by the end of,
the end of
February,
February, we're
but-
done. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes in February it gets bad.
Mhm. The first time I ever wanted to buy earmuffs, I wanted to buy them in January, and they'd already taken them out of the stores.
That's the way
That made no
everything
sense
is.
to me. They had
You
out
want
their
to buy
little
it, you
shorts.
gotta
And
buy it.
Well, you just need to get on Amazon and order some, right?
that was before there was an Amazon. That's how old my earmuffs are.
Well, then you should go to the Sears or J.C. Penney's catalog
I
And,
should have, shouldn't I?
and ordered them. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Sears catalog. You're giving me ideas. Yes, thank you all for
All right.
tuning in.
Thank you,
I have
guys.
enjoyed this.
Bye-bye.
See
Have
each
a good
other
weekend.
later.
bye,
Bye-bye.
Dustin.